Hey y'all. Well, just guess what? It is pouring down rain. I did have to go back. Whoops, my purse. Look! I had to make sure that my purse and my nails matched and my bracelet. So I went and got it. Am I just so anal? It's ridiculous. I put that on the floor. It got a little wet. My pretty little blue purse got wet. Wow. They don't even slow down. A little bit. Our shuttles, they ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, how are y'all doing? It's crazy raining here, and yeah. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be really bad traffic, y'all. But so hey, sorry. I didn't upload my video that I made this morning, my Get Ready With Me. I didn't upload it. And so it's like, what? Okay. And my hair's sopping wet like a little rat. Again, it's just been pouring down rain nonstop. And I'm not complaining because I know some people are dealing with pouring down snow nonstop. So besides the wetness, they have to deal with the coldness. And so I'm sorry for that. Not only that, some people are dealing with flooding though. So just be praying for people. We forget about weather, and just be praying for people for weather related stuff, whether it's tornadoes, snowstorms, just excessive rain, excessive heat. Sometimes just the elements themselves are cause for prayer. And do you know sometimes we would not pray if it were not for the troubles of life? And what I mean by that is I may pray today to the Lord, but I may not pray more than once, or may not stay in kind of touch with Him if it weren't for praying for other people. And so sometimes I really do believe that part of the prayer chain that God puts in place by having a situation where someone needs prayer is to keep this world in contact with the Lord, because it's we need prayer, and that keeps us in contact with Him, because prayer is nothing more than putting a heartfelt conversation towards the Lord God. And y'all, I just realized my lips are normally they last a little longer. This color was really pigmented, and I've noticed the really pigmented ones, especially the creams, don't last quite as long. And so we'll just have to deal with it, because this is not the time for me to be putting lipstick on while I'm driving, because I'm already driving and talking, which is hard for the female brain. I shouldn't say that, even kidding. It isn't. We're used to multitasking. But I don't really believe in multitasking. Multitasking means that you are able to do many things at one time, and that may be true, and it may be from being mothers and having to take care of a child and prepare a meal and, I don't know, answer the phone. Back in the olden days, it may have been find the food for the child, birth the baby, and clean the baby, and talk to your husband. I don't know, but I don't believe being an admin, because one of the things when you're interviewing is, I'm a excellent multitasker, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. Multitaskers, what it means is, yes, you can do more than one thing at a time. Most people can, just so you know. But it doesn't mean that you do it well, because when you divide your attention, you don't do any one thing well. That's why I'm not looking at you right now. I can talk and drive, just because I can watch tail lights and watch people jutting in and out in front of me going, I'm going to go really slow because these people are cray. Especially when it's rainy like this, I just go really slow. I just stay in the far right-hand lane and just stay out of the way. Because there's people who are driving at the regular speed, which on a major highway, let's be honest, let's just be real, is probably about 70 to 80 miles an hour, depending on if you're far left lane, whether or not you have the pass for, having more than one person in the car, all that kind of stuff. But people go way too fast to be as close together as they are on the highway. So I try to stay a little to the right so I don't irritate the people who want to go fast. I want to go a little slower, and I don't know if that's because, as people get older, they do slow down, but a lot of it's wisdom to know that we didn't know or believe when we were young that you would need those car lengths to slow down when you're going fast. And so that if you're going 60 miles an hour or more, you need 6 car lengths between you and the next car in order to slam on the brakes and not hit the car in front of you. So I just stay in the far right-hand lane and just stay slow. That way nobody will be irritated with me for not going as fast as they're going. Why did I bring all this up? Like many things, we don't know. Anyway, so today I'm on my way to my dad's to give him some more medical sheets. Ooh, this truck would have just hit me. Hope you're proud of yourself, buddy. He almost just hit me, y'all. And I was going so slow and getting out of his way. See, that's why you need defensive driving. I noticed he wasn't slowing down. He would have rear-ended me. So I just pulled back into the slow lane, which I already knew nobody had come up on my right side to keep me from going back over there. That's why you do need to watch your whole periphery. What's going on over here, what's coming up on the back, what's coming up over here, what's going on behind you. And when you're younger, you don't watch all that. You just kind of watch what's right in front of you. You even have to train children to look ahead, not straight in front of you. And then to constantly be checking up, back, right, up, up. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to my dad's is what I was saying, and I'm taking him these little medical sheets where it's just an Excel spreadsheet, or you could do it at a table, and it just is a list of the medications he's on, why he's on it, which doctor asked for it, how many times a day he takes it. And I have it divided in the morning and night because he was getting really stressed out. And so I've got his morning meds on one side on the top and his evening meds on the bottom, and then at the very bottom it's how many poo-poos he has, because he likes to keep up with that, and what he's having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the reason I put that on there is because he was saying, well, I'm just not hungry, I need to lose weight. I'm like, Dad, you don't need to lose weight. I want you to start writing down what you're eating. That's one way. And then also we were keeping his blood pressure in the morning and at night, and it was stressing him out. And honestly, at 91 years old, I was like, you know what, it's always about the same reading, and to me it's not a good reading. But the heart doctor insisted it was fine for his age. To me, it was a very low one, but he said for older people, that's normal. I'm like, okay. And I've asked his general practitioner as well, both of which kind of, it's really weird about doctors sometimes, so they kind of, I'm not saying doctors are bad. I think they're great. Some I think are terrible. But sometimes when they're older, they tend to not, think they're going to make it, and so I don't think they invest as much advice or thought behind a geriatric patient. You almost need, when your parents get to a certain age, if you're going to be their caregiver in any way. Now granted, I have 2 people that come during the week, one on Wednesday and one on Saturday, and Dad is able to microwave his meals. He's able to take his medications because of the sheets. That's what I was going to tell you. Making the sheets has made him able to be on his own. And people, when I go and see doctors, they're like, there's no way a 91-year-old man should be living by himself. How does he keep up with his medications? I'm like, his sheets? And they're like, that's because he can't remember. I'm like, who could remember all that? I couldn't remember it. But because he has the sheets, he does remember, and he is able to take it. And he's religious because that's his job. He doesn't, work in the yard anymore because he could fall. He doesn't do his bills anymore because he's looking at all these, scams that were trying to get his money. And so we said, Dad, let us, when he went in the hospital, we said, let us do the bills and just, you don't worry about it. We know your account balance. We'll give it to you at any time. And I just remember I was supposed to get $200 out of the bank for him. It is a lot to keep up with, y'all. What shall I do? What shall I do? I could go by my bank and get him out $200 and pay myself back from his account. My name and his name is on one of the accounts, so I guess I could do it that way, but I don't typically. Yeah. Anyway. So, doing little things like that can help. Maybe that's not you. You don't have to keep up with that, but maybe you know a friend who does. But doing any little thing you can to help them not have to keep up with something and you keep up with it for them will actually help you, because I don't think it helps anybody for your parent, unless they absolutely have to go into a home. And people say, well, then somebody else can watch them. They're not watching them. The ratio is worse than a classroom. It's like 1 to 40 patients, and they'll say it's 1 to 30 or 1 to 25. I've been in there when dads asked for help, and it was 2 hours before they came, and he messed on himself. And so the next time that I wasn't there when he did that, or I'd have helped him. But and so I was there, and I said, I know you have a lot of people, but if he's got to go to the bathroom, he doesn't always know it's coming. And so if y'all could try to get there back as soon as you can. She goes, ma'am, we're just understaffed. And I said, I understand. And that's when I was like, okay, we got to do something. And so having someone at home, the problem is that's not covered, and all my dad's savings is going to that. But you know what? It's his money, and he should spend on himself. And people are like, well, you're not going to have any inheritance. I don't care. It's my dad's money. So it should be spent on him. He earned it, not me. I don't need an inheritance. I can pay off my own house notes. That's the only thing I'd use it for anyway, is pay off my home. So, but it makes him feel more independent to be in his own home. He knows he should not drive. He does still have the keys. He does not drive the car. He does drive it up and down the driveway to get the mail, and I think that makes him feel like he's still driving, so we haven't had to have that awful conversation where you take the keys away. I'm trying to avoid that, but we have had the conversation, Dad, you shouldn't even drive around the block, because with your vision, your vision's not so good. You may not see somebody, and you wouldn't want to hurt yourself or hurt someone else. And he says, I've seen just as good as I always did. And I said, well, just last week you were telling me how you need to go to the eye doctor because you can't see as good. And he's like, well, okay, that's true. Didn't even want to have a reflex talk. So anyway, it may come to me taking him away. Right now he's cooperating. I keep the neighbor keeps an eye out to make sure he isn't doing that. So it works. And I love my daddy. I want him on earth as long as he can comfortably be here. It was hard for me to see my mother be here long after she was comfortable. So, life and death. Thank God for Jesus Christ. We'd have no hope if there weren't for Jesus Christ, y'all. And that's why when people talk about other religions, I'm like, you can talk about religion all day long, but the Christian religion, and it is a religion, it's a faith system, is the only one that I believe, and I've done my homework, is real, is provable. But of course it takes faith. It takes a desire to know him. And if you will even do that, he will do the rest. So anyway, it's raining so hard. People need to be watching out for hydroplaning. So I'm going to hang up now. I'm going to get off the video now and I'm going like 30 miles an hour behind the truck. Thank goodness they're going slow. They should be. Not speeding up. Love you guys. Bye.